Monday morning, ladies. Welcome to another Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward. It is 10-10-22, And if you know anything about numbers, it is going to be an amazing day for anyone who is ready to evaluate where they're going. And that's what I was going to talk about today. But before I get to that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has purchased their ticket for the Christmas event, the holiday gala. Let me say it right. The holiday gala happening December the 3rd at Maggiano's. We are going to be honoring four amazing women. We are going to have the best time, and I am so excited. I really want everyone to do their best to try to attend. I know some people are going to be coming from out of town. It's going to be holiday season and everything. But I would say if you could get here, get here. If this can be a little mini vacation for you, make it a little mini vacation for you before the real holiday starts. Or just come and spread some love with everyone and just come and hang out with us. I would love for you guys to do that. December the 3rd, we are going to be at Maggiano's, Little Italy, and we are going to have an amazing time. So please purchase your tickets. Go to imlovingme.net, purchase your tickets, and make sure you grab your seat. Also, today, what we're talking about is about it being evaluation time, right? It's time to evaluate where you are. It's time to evaluate what you're doing. It's time to look at the things that you said you was going to do and see where you are in your process, right? Now, let me be clear. When you're looking at this evaluation and you're seeing where you are and you're seeing where you want to go, this is not the time to beat yourself up because you didn't do what you said you were supposed to do, right? It's not the time for you to get upset because you said you was going to do a whole bunch of stuff and you feel like that you're behind or you're not doing as much as you thought you could do, right? The evaluation period is to get you to look at the stuff that you want, where you are, and seeing how you can make things work. Remember, this journey is not about you rushing, right? It's not about you trying to make sure you get there, get there, get there. It's about what are the things that you could do to make your life a little bit better, and how can you do that growing at the same time. That's it. That's it. This past weekend, actually past week, I was in Orlando, and I went to go see one of my good friends, and I was at a conference. And one of the things that was mentioned was, how we have grown over time, right? And now, when I look at things, guys, January 1st, I will be 44 years old, right? And I said to myself, when I look at everything, how far I've came, the stuff that I came through, am I really happy about those things? And I said, yeah, because what we don't do is we don't look back and we don't celebrate all the shit that we came through. We always looking at the stuff that we got to do. We always looking at the stuff we haven't done. We always focusing on a negative. But really, when you look at things and you look at your life, doesn't it feel good just to still be here? Right? Doesn't it still feel good to just be in a position where here's another day where you can at least try again? Isn't it amazing that you got all the activity of your limbs and you feeling good? Even if you got pain in your body, even if you got a bad diagnosis, even if you're suffering with a disease or respiratory or whatever it is, what I want you to understand is that you are still here. You are still making things work, which means you still have a purpose. See, the evaluation time is to get you to see all the good things that you have done and all the things that you are going to do as a result of you still continuing to make those changes in your life. That's all, right? That's all. It's not about you beating yourself up. It's not about you feeling bad. Look, Gloria, I felt bad at least 6 months out this whole year. Okay. Now you sit back and you think about that. You say to yourself, well, how can I actually turn that around now? Because I'm tired of feeling bad about my life. I'm tired of looking at my bank account and seeing the things that I'm seeing. I'm tired of just sitting up here trying to figure out what my life is going to be. How am I going to be? How am I going to show up in the world? I'm tired of looking at other people on social media who perceive to have it all together and moving in the right direction, right? And I feel like I'm going nowhere. I feel like I'm stuck. Remember, and I keep telling y'all this, everything starts with a decision. Then comes the commitment, and then comes the action behind it and the support to keep going. You understand? You need those four things. You need to make a decision about what it is that you want to do. How are you going to do it? This is the time to really change your diet. Not when you get the diagnosis, not when you taking 10 pills a day. Right now. Not when you on the brink of telling yourself that you don't want to be here anymore. Right? It starts now. Look, I know my life is not where I want it to be, but I'm so glad that I'm right here because at this moment right here, I get to make a decision on how my next year or 2 years is going to go, and I'm happy about that. And then you got to make that commitment to do that. What are the things that I need to put in place to start walking in this direction? What are some of the things? Who are the people that I need to connect with? What are some of the things that I need to learn? And once you figure those things out, you have to be able to commit to those things. Now, commitment, as you guys know, it is very difficult sometimes because you're learning something new. You are tired sometimes. You get upset. Difficult things happen, right? So you're not always going to get it right and be okay with that. The whole point of it is that you just keep moving. You don't have to sprint, just keep moving. And that's the third thing, the action, right? The ability to do one thing every day, no matter what it is, to help you get there. I don't care if it's reading a half a page. I don't care if it's applying to one job a day. I don't care if it's reading a book a day or if it's making an extra dollar a day. It doesn't matter. As long as you're moving in the direction of where you want to go, you're doing it, right? You're doing it. Susie across the street might look like she running fast, but you don't know what's going on in Susie's life, and Susie don't know what's going on in your life. And see, that's where we have to stop getting caught up in this whole scenario that we telling ourselves in our brain. Why is it taking us so long? Why can't we do this? Why is everybody moving faster than me? And how come they get the money and I don't? Remember, and you guys say this all the time, your path is not somebody else's path. Their path is not your path. They haven't been through the same things you went through. And even if it is a similar situation, they're not you and you're not them. The plans that God has for you is not the plans that God has for them. You get what I'm saying? So when you evaluating things, this is the conversation that you have between you and God. You know my abilities. You know where I am. You know where my mind is. I need to be able to get myself together to take this action and be committed. I need the strength. So you feed your mind. You do what you need to do to rely on something to help you to keep going. You do the work. And when you get tired and when you get frustrated and when you feel like it's too hard and you feel like it's not working out for you, that's where the support comes in, the last part. You need the support. That's why your circle is so important. Your circle is so important. That's the whole reason why the I'm Loving Me project exists, y'all. Right? Your circle is so important. You need someone that is going to remind you, not judge you, remind you of who you are, even when you don't like it. You are the head and not the tail. You don't want to hear that shit right now, and it don't make sense to you because things are going haywire in your life. But I need to keep telling you that because in the back of your head, something back here, the God in you here knows it and feels it. And that support system needs to speak to that person because right now your mind is so engulfed with the negativity. You need someone who will speak and breathe life into you to counteract all those thoughts. They say, what is the Bible verse? Uh, um, Life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? So when you are speaking death to yourself, you need another person who's going to speak that life. You need to put yourself in front of something that will give you that power and resurrect, be that Lazarus from you and raise you from the dead to let you know exactly who you are. You get what I'm saying? Be clear. And we already know this. The journey is not easy, but it's worth it, right? It's not easy. We cry, we get upset, we get vulnerable, we get weak. We say to ourselves, I don't have the strength to do this shit no more. But guess what? You do. You do. I don't care if you have to talk to yourself for hours. I was with my friend when I was with my friend. We stayed in a hotel, and I was just talking to myself. She was like, "What are you doing? Talking to yourself?" I said, "Yes, yes," because I need to remind myself that you are here for a purpose. That you are here to do God's work. That no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And even when you are in the midst of enemies, do not get out of your seat. Know who you are. Know what you was created to do. And then she said, "You know what? You you just got to know to continue to take your power back." And I said, "Yes." When you in those vulnerable situations and you don't know how you are going to handle a certain situation, or somebody got a stronghold on you and they get into you and they making you frustrated and you cussing and you doing all this stuff, you got to remind yourself to take your power back. Take it back. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve all of that, all of that energy that you given them. And you don't deserve the power that is coming out of you that can be used for good to be exerted on something that's not even worth it. You just don't. Everything, everything that you want to achieve, that you want to accomplish, that you know you must do, can be done. You need those four things. Make a decision, be committed, take action, and get support, right? Nobody can do this thing called life but you, right? The reason why you're here is because you have a purpose. You didn't come to go through the things that you went through to only be mediocre, to just live through life because you think life dealt you a bad hand. That is not what you're here for. That is not what you're here for. You are not here to struggle your whole entire life because you felt that you couldn't get with school and didn't get a good education. What the hell you was thinking? And what the hell you think they was doing before school was even invented? How people were prospering in life. You are not here to just go ahead and just be this person that walks through life not knowing who they are, feeling like they're lonely, they're not loved, they can't have children, they can't do this. It wasn't meant for them because something happened to you or you were stricken with a disease. That's not it. If anything is going on in your life right now that is out of your control, it is time for you to evaluate where you are. It's time to look at where you are and see what decisions you need to make. How can you use what's going on for your good? What is the opportunities that lie before you? How can you turn the situation you have in front of you around for the better or the even better or the best? You get it? All of us got something that we could be working on, whether it's ourselves or other helping other people, right? And I'm sorry, my dog is like crunching and eating right under my foot, y'all. He does this all the time. I don't know why, right? But my point to you, ladies, and I just want to make this clear. No more can we sit and say that it's somebody else's fault as to why we are where we are. We can't use that excuse no more. We can no longer use the excuse that is because I'm limited in my abilities. I don't have the skills. I've been stricken with something as to why you not moving forward in your life. You can't use that excuse anymore. You can't use the excuse. The reason why I don't go out is because of what happened to me 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You can't use that. Right now, it's time to evaluate and focus. You can do it, okay? Whatever it is that you want to do. Your support system is here. You have to take advantage of it. You have to finally decide that you are going to let go and at least give it a try. So, what if you fail? Dust yourself off, try again. So, what if you get setbacks? Evaluate and adjust. and make decisions. So what outside people keep talking about you, about what it is that you were supposed to do and how you're not a good mother and what they think you should be. I was going to curse, but I was going to use the F word. Those people, they not in your household. Like my grandmother used to say, we only dealing with things that's going on in this household. We're not going to worry about what other people got going on or what they think about what's going on in here. Charity starts at home and spread abroad. That's what I was taught. Charity starts at home and then spread abroad. You got to get it right in here. We got to get it right in here. And then we can spread abroad. Like we always say, you got to fill your cup up. And then when your cup runneth over, that's for everybody else. You get it? You can't teach somebody something you don't know. But you can always let other people see the changes that you making. And I promise you, you think people are not watching, they watching. They looking. Some are waiting for you to fall, and some are praying for you to make it. The only thing that you got to focus on is you. How much you love you. How dedicated are to you? How much do you want whatever it is that you're going after? When will it be your time to allow yourself to be happy? To stop doing the things that are keeping you in this loop? To let go and finally open yourself up to say, you know what? I am going to try this thing called love. I don't know what love is. I don't know what it is. I've never seen love. But I bet you that if I open myself up, I'll sit there and figure it out. I was telling a couple of ladies this weekend because they was telling me, they was like, Gloria, one of the guys that we saw that was dating is a real nice guy. You guys are still dating? I said, yeah, but he's kind of, too old for me. So I don't know. And they was like, you always making excuses as to why when you get in this area, you don't want to you don't want to stick and stay with somebody. And I said, I know I'm afraid to love again, right? Because you don't want to go through the motions of all of that. So I know I make excuses. And I say, I'm busy. You're too old. I don't like the way your nose look. Your feet too big. I don't know. I make stuff up. But I know that about myself. And I said to myself, I said, Glow, in my evaluation period, you got to be able to open up a little bit, just a little bit. Because you say you want something, but then you go ahead and you do another. You make excuses, right? And we make these excuses because it's like, ugh, you know, putting someone else in my life right now, is it even possible? Will I be able to give you the time? But what we got to know is that that's all in here. Because when we want something, we make it happen, don't we? When we want the bag, the shoes, when we want to make sure we get something for our kids, we break our backs. We break our backs to make sure we get all that. Why not love? Why not something you want? Why not peace? Why not figuring out what the joy is for yourself? And like I tell y'all, I'm there too. I struggle too. That's a big area for me, right? That's a big area for me. But I struggle like that because I'm saying to myself, if I let them in again, I don't want to feel that feeling I felt. So the best way to not feel it is don't deal with it. That's the best thing, right? But who wants to live like that? That's not my true feelings, right? That's not how I really feel. That's that mask. That is that shell that we put on because whatever it was, it hurt so much. We don't want to try again. But we got to evaluate. You got to see. So when I look at the stuff that I've been through and I say, well, damn, Gloria, you grew. You grew through relationships. You learned so much. You found yourself. You loved yourself just a little bit more. You know what your expectations are. You know what it is that you want. So why can't this be different? Why do you continue to tell yourself it's going to be the same old damn thing? Now, whose fault is that? That ain't that person's fault. It ain't the person outside of me telling me it's that. It's me. It's me, right? So who got to change? It's not anything outside of us. It's always right here. You will find in every situation that you find yourself in, good or bad, that you're in the center of all that shit. You are in the center of it all, right? Could be love. It could be something with the kids, could be work, could be money, could be anything. The scenarios are different, but the feelings are the same. We want what we want when we want it, but when we have to put ourselves out there and just let ourselves go in order to do better and grow and be better, we shy away from that. But like I told y'all before, we read a good book every day. Some of us about the power of love and how love works for us and how we need to see ourselves every day. And we memorize it, but we don't believe it. And you ask yourself, why is that? Because it's better to tell someone than to do. And what I'm telling you is I want you to evaluate everything of how far you come, your accomplishments, every waking thing you've been through this year and over the years. And I want you to be proud of yourself this time. I want you to give yourself a pat on the back this time. I want you to see that you are not where you want to be, but you damn sure on your way. I want you to make a decision about what the next step is going to be. I want you to be able to decide what that's going to be, commit to it, take action on it, and get the support. There is no excuse as to why you are where you are. Only the excuse you're telling yourself. That is it. And I want you to understand that. I love you enough to tell you the truth. And it's my purpose to stand in the gap for you, to remind you of who you are when you feel like you don't know. You are here for a purpose. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. The reason why you are here is to make someone else better, to help someone else, to love, to give, to forgive, to have peace, to have joy. Understand what I said. I did not say not to have problems and challenges. You are here to be an example of what it means to be God on earth, because He created you in His image and His likeness for a reason. He gave you the ability to make decisions on your own for a reason. He gave you a support system that you probably read every day for a reason. Because He knows that if you are here, when He created you, was for a purpose. Don't get swarmed up in what you think is overwhelming for you. He gave it to you because He know that you could get through it. You tired, you upset, you don't like it, but He gave you that battle because there's something you need to learn and know about you. That obstacle is there because it's teaching you about you that you don't want to face. It is showing you in your face, and you don't want to see it. You think it's something outside of you. You think it's them. No, babe. No. The problems in your life is the opportunity for you. Is either there to make you heal or to make you grow, to push you out of your comfort zone, or to get you to see yourself a little bit more. And it doesn't go away. It's not going to go away. It's just going to come in a different form if you think you try to push it away. It's just going to come in another form. Trust me, I know. So evaluate, look at things, ask yourself questions. And like I told y'all, empowering questions, right? What is this thing telling me about my life right now? Right? With this obstacle that is in the way, what is it teaching me? What is it showing me? Who do I need to become in order to be able to tackle this thing that's in front of me? Because the person that I am now is not working for me. So who do I need to become to turn this around? What is the real vision for my life? How can I look at this situation just a little bit differently and put some more love into it? How can I be more empathetic to this situation or to this person who I believe is really bothering me? What kind of lens do I need to have on? What is it that I need to see? This person is showing me what? I'm showing myself what? Am I speaking too negative? And I promise you, once you start to ask these questions, you'll get the answers. Okay? I gotta go, but you know I love you and I always will speak the truth to you. But I want you to understand something. You have your support system. I need you to work on you. You deserve it. Okay? You deserve it. You are more than a conqueror. You are more than a conqueror, right? All you need is a little bit of faith and everything else works. I need a little bit more faith and everything else works. But I bet you I open myself up a little bit more every day. Not a lot, but I try and I do, right? I love you. I see you on Wednesday. Bye.